The most effective way to overcome your situation is to transform yourself from the inside. The most significant task you'll ever tackle is the one that constructs who you are. When you opt to reshape yourself, you embrace personal growth, and growth is the only path ahead. This isn't about patching up your old self, it's about forging the person you aim to be. Let me ask you this. Do you ever feel trapped somewhere you'd rather not be? Perhaps you've attempted to shift things before, but nothing clicks. Frustrating, isn't it? Reshaping yourself isn't a breeze, but it's entirely doable. The reality is, transformation doesn't strike instantly. It requires strategy, hard work, and the proper attitude. Picture how your life might glow if you genuinely remade yourself. Body, mind, and soul. In this video, I'll unveil 10 strong steps to guide you in reconstructing your life and stepping into the version of yourself you've always dreamed of. These aren't mere guidelines. They're about crafting goals that are precise and practical. You can't build a better you without knowing what that looks like. Think of strolling onto a construction zone without a plan. Total mess, right? It's the same with your life. Without a sharp vision of your direction, you'll squander time, effort, and promise. So today, let's explore how to shape your goals into something clear and doable. When we speak of rebuilding, the first move is focus. And focus begins with defining goals. Not vague ones, but ones you can act on. Picture a construction site missing its blueprint, tools tossed around, supplies stacked haphazardly, no framework in view, just disorder. That's your life without a solid idea of where you're going. You'll drain time, energy, and potential. So now we're digging into how to form goals that are both distinct and achievable. Let's begin at the root. What do you honestly crave? This question might feel heavy because it pushes you to search within. And here's the key. What you desire must spring from you, not your relatives, not the world around you, not outside pressures. The expectations of those around you shouldn't steer your path. You must zero in on your own wishes, your aspirations, and your visions. Far too many folks spend their days pursuing what others think they should accomplish, only to wind up unsatisfied. Don't let that be your story. Grab a pen and paper, yes, actually jot it down, and ask yourself, what do I truly want from life? Be real with your answer. Once you've pinned down your desire, sharpen it. If financial independence is your aim, don't just say, I want to get rich. That's fuzzy and aimless. Instead, write, I want to make $100,000 a year by launching an online business by the end of 2025. That's focus. That's a clear course. You've turned a loose thought into a firm target, letting your mind lock in, your energy stay steady, and your efforts gain meaning. But here's the catch with grand goals. They can seem daunting. It's tempting to stare at the huge challenge ahead and feel swamped. That's why you need to make them doable by breaking that giant ambition into smaller, manageable chunks. If an online business is your dream, start by exploring the market. Next, you might pick a product or service to provide. Then, maybe craft a website or sketch out a promotion strategy. Tackle one piece at a time. Action sparks drive, and drive fuels self-assurance. Now, about that self-assurance. It doesn't sprout from hoping life improves or pop up from nowhere. It grows through doing. Each tiny move toward your target bolsters your trust in yourself. And let me be clear, without that trust, nothing else clicks. No plan, no guidance, no trick works if you don't believe you've got this. Belief is the bedrock of all forward motion, keeping you pushing on when the road gets rocky, and it will get rocky. Another key part of this journey is deadlines. A goal without a finish line is just a wish. Deadlines bring urgency, nudging you to act rather than dawdle. If fitness is your focus, don't say, I want to drop some weight. Say, I want to shed 15 pounds in 3 months by exercising 4 times a week and eating better. See the shift? A deadline turns a vague notion into a solid pledge, and when you pledge, you're more likely to stick with it. Here's a crucial tip. After setting a goal, monitor how you're doing. You can't polish what you don't measure. Don't measure progress you can't see. If your aim is financial, jot down your weekly income. If it's fitness, record your weight or how many push-ups you manage. Monitoring paints a vivid picture of your position and keeps you energized when those figures trend upward, showing your hard work is bearing fruit. If they stall, it highlights what's off, letting you tweak your tactics. Now let's tackle something folks often miss: accountability. Goals slip away easily when they're your little secret. Share them with someone reliable like a mentor, a good pal, or a coach. Having someone rooting for you, or even better, nudging you along, adds a boost to keep going. Accountability isn't just about checking in, it's about having a supporter who trusts in your potential. That encouragement can shift everything. And on that note, surround yourself with the right crew. Reinventing yourself isn't a lone trek. You need folks who elevate you, not weigh you down. Take a close look at your circle. Are they cheering you on, pushing you to improve? If not, it's time for a shakeup. Who you hang with shapes your outlook and drive in a big way. Another vital move: check in on your goals often. Life shifts, and so do your focuses. What mattered 6 months back might not now, and that's fine. Adjusting isn't failing, it's growing. Every few months, ask, do these goals still match my path? If yes, dig deeper. If no, don't shy from a turn. Adaptability is a power, not a flaw. Stay devoted to growing, even if the endpoint moves. Here's a challenge. Today, write one clear, doable goal. Break it into pieces, set a deadline, find someone to keep you in line, and most crucially, take that first step before the day's done. Truth is, reshaping yourself isn't instant. It's a journey that kicks off with one choice to act. Step 2. Craft a steady daily flow. To reinvent yourself, you need a solid base, and that base comes from your daily flow. How you fill your hours molds who you turn into. If you rise without purpose, float through the day unfocused, and close it without a win, you're not advancing. You're stuck. To shape a stronger you, your routine must be purposeful, fruitful, and tied to your aims. Start with mornings. They set the vibe for what's ahead. Wake at the same time daily, even weekends, to build discipline and sync your body and mind. Skip the phone first thing. Instead, spend 30 minutes on things that spark and sharpen you. Maybe scribbling your ideas, meditating for calm, or moving to energize your frame. Even sipping water can be a small, mighty signal you're ready to roll. Make these habits unshakable. They're not extras, they're you. Next, focus on what counts. A solid routine isn't about staying hectic. It's about making an impact. Before the day kicks off, list 3 must-dos that pull you toward your dreams. They don't have to be huge, but they must matter. Say your aim is better health. One task could be prepping wholesome meals. If it's money, maybe spend 30 minutes studying investments or savings tips. The trick is to zero in on what pushes you forward, not what sidetracks you. Now let's tackle time. A great routine doesn't just fall into place, it's planned. Organize your day by carving out time slots for specific duties. For example, reserve an hour in the morning for focused tasks needing concentration and imagination, then use the afternoon for lighter chores like emails or quick trips. Plan breaks too. Your brain needs a breather to stay sharp. A 10-minute pause each hour can keep you lively and effective. Here's a trick: guard your sharpest hours. If you're brightest in the morning, tackle your top priorities then, not scrolling feeds or handling small stuff. Another key piece of your routine is motion. Physical activity isn't just for your frame, it lifts your spirit too. Whether it's a 15-minute stroll, a short exercise burst, or a full workout, carve out time to move daily. Motion pumps up your vigor, clears your thoughts, and keeps you sturdy. You don't need to race miles or hoist massive weights. Just pick something fun and stick with it. Regularly moving your body builds self-control, and self-control is vital for reshaping yourself. Now let's shift to evenings. How you wrap up matters as much as how you begin. Spend the final hour before sleep, reflecting and prepping. Note what you achieved, what went smoothly, and where you can grow. This isn't about self-criticism, it's about learning and advancing. Map out tomorrow's tasks so you rise with a clear aim. Skip screens an hour before bed to calm your mind. Opt for an uplifting book, soothing tunes, or time with dear ones. Aim to close the day with calm and thankfulness. Another pillar of a solid routine is steadiness. Results don't sprout from one-off efforts. True progress blooms from showing up daily, even when you're not in the mood. Trust me, there'll be days you're weary or uninspired, tempted to ditch your habits. Those are the days that count most. Build a habit of sipping water all day, kick off with a glass in the morning, and keep a bottle handy to stay refreshed. Aim for half your weight in ounces daily. It keeps you awake, attentive, and full of zip. Fortifying your immune system is also crucial for steady energy. You don't want colds or bugs sidelining your best efforts. Eating smart, staying active, handling stress, and sleeping enough all bolster immunity. And you can back it up with vitamins, minerals, or extras like vitamin D and zinc to strengthen your defenses. A robust immune system keeps you well and on course with your ambitions uninterrupted. Another angle to ponder is your lifestyle. Your surroundings hugely sway your energy. Are you always steeped in gloom? Hang out with folks who sap your strength or pile on tension? Assess your environment, both physically and emotionally, and carve out a spot where you feel peaceful, driven, and efficient. Surround yourself with people who boost your progress, not those who drag you backward. You'll notice your vitality rises when you ditch harmful vibes and nurture warm, positive bonds. Caring for your health and energy isn't just about appearances or fleeting good vibes. It's about laying a groundwork for all you hope to accomplish. When you put your well-being first, you set yourself up to shine at your peak, tackle obstacles boldly, and stick with your path. Health and energy are the cornerstones propping up everything else you aim for. Without them, reshaping yourself is out of reach. Tend to your body and mind, and they'll look after you. Step 9. Grow from setbacks and slip-ups. Setbacks and slip-ups are inevitable stops on the road to reinventing yourself. The trick to thriving isn't dodging them, but gleaning wisdom from them. Every stumble is a chance to get tougher, sharper, and more skilled. If you're not tripping up now and then, you're not stretching yourself enough. So, let's explore how to flip every hiccup into a launch pad for something bigger. Start by facing the dread of falling short. It's normal to feel uneasy, but you've got to reshape that worry. A misstep isn't the finish line. It's part of the ride. Every achiever you look up to has flopped plenty. The gap between winners and others lies in how they deal with it. Winners don't let a fall halt them. They study it, using it as a springboard to triumph. See failure as a guide. It's there to point out where you veered off and how to improve next time. Quit at a flop and your growth stalls. Embrace it and you uncover insights that propel you onward. The first move to learn from a stumble is to own it. Stop dodging it or letting it label you. Rather than seeing a flop as a downer, treat it as a shot to rise. Ask, what can I take from this? Where did I slip? And how can I step up next time? Every setback carries a nugget of wisdom, but it's only yours if you're open to it. Don't kick yourself over it. Absorb, adapt, and press on. Then build toughness. Toughness is your power to rebound stronger after a hit. It's not about never tumbling, it's how fast you stand again. When you falter, give yourself a moment to soak it in, but don't linger. Don't wallow in regret or gloom. Tell yourself this is just the journey. Everyone stumbles. What counts is what's next. Brush off, grab the lessons, and dive back in. Each time you climb up from a fall, you forge mental and emotional grit. That grit becomes a vital asset as you reshape who you are. Setbacks also signal that you're stretching your boundaries. When you venture into fresh territory or step beyond what's cozy, mistakes become more likely. But that's where progress sparks. Without stumbles, you'd never spot your edges or see where to sharpen up. Face those hurdles, knowing that even if victory isn't instant, you're honing the abilities, outlook, and grit to inch closer to your aim. You must also untangle your worth from your flops. Too often, folks take it personally, thinking, I messed up, so I'm a mess. That's false. Stumbling doesn't brand you a loser. It marks you as a doer, bold enough to leap. You can always try again, and each attempt fuels growth. Realize a slip doesn't shape who you are. It just proves you dared to gamble, and gambles are key to blooming. Every winner has tripped, but they don't let errors pin them down. They harness them to power their next go. Another vital piece of learning from flops is self-review. After a tumble, pause to assess what went off track. Look at it coolly. What played a role? Were you underprepared, too hasty, or shy to seek aid? Pin down the misstep so you can tweak your path ahead. Self-review helps you zero in on weak spots and make smarter calls next time. Recognize, too, that a flop isn't usually one lone blunder. It's often a string of tiny slip-ups piling up. So instead of sulking over a major fall, slice it into bits. What can each part teach you? Where did the slide start? Spotting those small errors lets you dodge them. Later, chopping a flop into chunks makes it easier to handle and act on. Don't overlook this. Lean on the right folks during tough times. You'll find allies who cheer you, nudge you back on course, and share their own tales of flops and comebacks. You don't have to slog through solo. Grab a guide, a mentor, or a pal to frame things clearly. They'll remind you flops are life's fabric, not your definition, offering insight, wisdom, and a lift to keep rolling. Never shy from failing forward. Take what flops teach you and use it to edge nearer your dreams. Don't loop the same blunder endlessly. Let setbacks reshape your tactics, sharpen your plans, and polish your skills. Failing forward turns each goof into a step toward tomorrow's wins, making every stumble a boost toward your aims. Step 10. Stay tough and flexible. Reinventing yourself isn't just about picking targets and grinding. It's about keeping tough and bendy. Life's a wild card. Even with top-notch plans, twists will hit. Seizing bold steps. The secret to lasting growth isn't flawlessness. It's bouncing back when plans fray. Toughness and flexibility are your best pals here. First, know toughness isn't a gift you're born with. It's a strength you forge over time. Life will test you with personal dips, work hurdles, or sudden shifts. Roadblocks will loom, threatening to throw you off. It's not about if they'll come, but how you react. Being tough means holding steady when all seems to crumble, pressing on no matter the grind. To grow toughness, start by mastering what you can. Focus on today's moves, not the overwhelming whole. When it's rough, it's easy to freeze, fixating on all that's awry, but zoom in on what's at hand. Take one tiny stride ahead. Do one thing now that nudges you forward, however small it feels. These little wins build drive, and drive's a mighty force, stacking toughness and firming your will. Flexibility matters just as much. If toughness keeps you steady, flexibility lets you bend with life's curves. Things won't always match your hopes, and sometimes your first plan won't fit. That's where flexibility shines. It's shifting gears without losing your end game, staying limber to pivot when new challenges demand it. As you reshape yourself, expect plans to wobble. You'll hit snags, detours, and surprises. A stiff approach makes adapting brutal. Stay open instead. It's tempting to cling to your starter plan and sulk when it flops, but let go of fixed endings and welcome fresh paths. A flop might not close the road. It might open a new one, turning a snag into a growth shot if you're game. Flexibility also means rolling with change. It's uneasy but certain. Like it or not, you'll shift, learn, and stretch in unexpected ways, building a sturdier, tougher you each time. And toughness isn't solo. When it's hard, reach out. Seek tips, chat with guides, or vent to those who care. Another view can reframe the big picture. It's not weak to ask for backup. It's strong. The best rebuilders know they don't go it alone. They gather supporters to guide and flex with them. Finally, bolster mental toughness by minding your headspace. Challenges can sneak in doubt and gloom. Guard your thoughts, aiming at fixes, not snags. When trouble hits, remind yourself it's fleeting. What counts is your comeback. Don't let dark feelings rule. Try upbeat self-talk, calm reflection, or whatever keeps your mind sturdy. Your mind's a potent ally. Wield it well, and it'll keep you tough and flexible through any storm. See, toughness and flexibility aren't just about enduring life's hits, they're about thriving amid them. Face hurdles head on, stay loose, and push forward no matter what, and you pave your way to triumph. You can't steer all life throws, but you can steer your reply. Build that toughness and flexibility, and nothing will block you from becoming who you want to be.